What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and brace for impact. Let's go. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like before. This game he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Folks, Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is the A2D Radio Sixers postgame show, and we are brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. FanUp, right on the Apple Store. Go download it. You can challenge anybody to any bet. I accept all. Go download the app and make sure you use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. The family out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be tough. This is just going to be really tough. The first Sixers post game that we're going to start doing and making it a trend from here on out. We'll have Sixers post games. We'll have Phillies post games. So we got a lot of post games coming up for the people because people want to react to stuff. And I get it, right? And we're going to react to a bunch of stuff tonight. We'll have comments of the night at the end of the show. We'll have a loser of the game. We'll have our winner of the game. And we'll lead off with our gut reactions. And our gut reactions are going to be brought to you by Manscaped. And you get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Got myself cleaned up the other day. All right, weed whacker, lawn mower, and ball deodorant. Game over. And I got 20% off and free shipping using the code A2D. No brainer. To start off our gut reactions for the Sixers Bucks game, you know, it's really simple, okay? And my gut reaction is you give up 37 points in the fourth quarter. That's not good enough. That's not going to win you basketball games, and that's not going to win you basketball games in crucial games in the playoffs. But guess what? My gut reaction is my opinion of this team really hasn't changed. Throughout the Phoenix loss, throughout this loss, do I have concerns? And part of my gut reaction concerns, yeah, I have some concerns, and I think everybody should have some concerns, but there's concerns all around the league too, right? There is. Everybody's got some concerns. I don't care. Last year, we dominated the regular season, and we choked in the postseason, okay? I got no problem. I don't need to be a one seed. I don't really care. Just give me in the top 3, 4. I'm fine. I'm fine because this team is going to be determined on what they do in the postseason. And you're going to say, well, Tom, isn't part of that what you see in the regular season? And I'll tell you, yeah, sure. But we've seen great basketball in the regular season year in, year out. And then where do we finish? We finish with a second-round exit. So I'm not saying don't react because that's our human nature and that's what sports fans do is to react. And my reaction and my gut reaction is horrific defense in the fourth. I mean, Brook Lopez scored 11 points to lead off the fourth quarter. All right, like Brook Lopez almost went on an 11-0 run himself. You can't have that happen. You can't have Giannis get downhill and beat you up inside. Right? You got to clog and make him have to shoot the basketball. All right, but my gut is they blew another game. Right? I don't like blowing constant leads. Right? It's another game where they had a lead in a basketball game and they coughed it up. All right, you can't have that either. You can't have that either in big games like this. All right, but you gave up 37 in the fourth. So you didn't play good enough defense. And if you want to advance past the second round, we know they can score. But can they get stops when they need to get stops? All right, and a couple critical turnovers. And listen, Joel Embiid, 99% of the time is going to dunk that. And I think when he got the rebound, he felt rushed on, like, at that point, not knowing where the clock would be, which is sort of fair, right? And there were still 3 seconds left, so there could have been a pump fake and a dunk, right? But that's revisionist history now, all right? And Giannis made a great play. So my reaction is this team just played the defending champs to the wire. To the wire. So is there reactions? Of course there's reactions. But you still just took the defending champs to the wire then. So it means you're right there. You're right there. Can you get a stop? Can you get a big basket? You're right there. So I'm ending it with this basketball team's still right there. And my reactions and my yelling and screaming in terms of bad will happen if an exit happens before it should. That's where you're going to hear a lot from me. But right now, I'm just watching. I'm just watching. And that's where I leave my gut reactions.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know where to begin, Tom. I mean, you look at it before the game, and we talked about it on the phone, halfway through the third quarter. And I said, you look at what your 3 big stars did, okay? And you ask, because we've been doing a lot of projection for the playoffs, and we'll continue to do that until we're actually in the playoffs. But we talked about, okay, what would a 7-game series, Milwaukee against the Sixers, look like when your 3 big guys, Embiid, Harden, and Tobias, and your third, I understand, I could hear people typing, oh, well, Maxey's a third. Well, he wasn't tonight, which we'll get to. And B, Tobias, because of all the value that you put in him as an organization, needs to be that third guy. Well, you got that tonight. You ask and you would hope and you would project for a regular game or a postseason game for one of Harden or Embiid to have 32. Harden had that. And Embiid had 29. So you could flip-flop them anyway. You're getting those 2 performances out of those 2 guys, and that's with Embiid not knowing how to play basketball in the first quarter. And he still rebounded and had a really good rebounding second, third, and fourth quarter. And then Harris played really well. I don't think he played egregious. He wasn't awesome, but 10 for 19 from the field. He did his spot defensively, and he had 22 points. So I look at it as a benchmark game, and okay, to your point, Tom, Lopez went off at the end of the third going into the fourth. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 16 straight points on his own. So we could talk about the Lopez run. Giannis said, hey, hold my friggin' beer. But if we want to have a takeaway from this game or what we've seen the last week or month, it's that, and listen, we can just look back at it and say, okay, it's the NBA, right? Because the NBA is a game of runs. I'm not going to look at it as, okay, it's another blown lead, because is it another blown lead? Of course. But you look at it to where in these games where you've played really good competition, with or without Harden, and you can go all the way back to last season, which crushed us in the playoffs, there's a period, or we could just sum it down to 1 quarter of basketball where we just don't know what we're doing. Whether that's perimeter defense, whether that's interior defense, which you can put both in the fold for the fourth quarter. You just got outplayed, out-physicaled, and tonight it was the fourth. The other night it was the third. In past losses, it was the second. So I'm not saying you need to play perfect basketball to win games, but it seems like, and I don't know if this is a Doc Rivers thing, I don't know what the hell it is. Nobody has a crystal ball. You have periods of time which they go on runs, and it's just, you just don't know how to rebound from that. And that's what my biggest takeaway is. It's that I'm not expecting everything to go right, but can you patch it up? Can you patch it up? And for anyone coming in here blaming individual players or the bench, listen, what's the magic number we always talk about, Tom, which what we can hope and ask of our bench? What's the amount of points that we can ask for?
Yeah, I mean, like 20. So, I mean,
we had 24.
It's simple.
Okay.
116. You gave up 37 points in the fourth quarter. You're not going to win basketball games like that, and that's where it comes down to. And that's the simple overreaction of everything we watched. I mean, it's. I thought Harden couldn't play good against good teams. Well, he did tonight, right? So that narrative should go away. Is he perfect? No. I mean, I really would love the 3 at the end, but Joe gets a great rebound, and you have an opportunity to extend that basketball game. Okay, so that's my gut reaction to it. Like we're right there with a chance to tie that basketball game up and send it to OT. And you'd say, well, Tom, it's still a loss. I know. But if I'm gauging it, like if I'm getting blown out at home, then I'm going to come on here with a lot of things to say. And my reaction to it, and I think yours as well, is going to be a little bit different. But when I'm in a dogfight in a regular season game, that meant a lot. Nobody's going to take away that. right? It's a measuring stick. So if you're measuring yourself, you're saying, man, I'm right there. I'm right there.
Yeah,
I'm right there.
We talk about it, Tom. It's like, can you get your fourth star from 7, 8, 9 points? Can you get that in double digits? If you get that to double digits, just say one more field goal. It's a tie basketball game.
Yeah, that's too deep. Even look at like you scored 116 points. Like that should put you in the running to win a lot of basketball games. Like no matter who scored, who didn't score, right? And we'll get in the winners and losers in a minute. But no matter who scored and didn't score, 116, right, it gives you a real good chance to win a basketball game. So it comes down to a little bit of defense, right? Like not an over, like it's got to be the team from the past that would lock all windows and doors on you. It's just got to be good enough defense in the fourth quarter of basketball games to keep you having a lead or keep you in a game. And tonight, listen, come playoff time, if they're giving up 37 points in the fourth quarter or 37 points in a quarter, people are going to hear from me. So I don't understand. Like everybody just overreacts to this loss. Like this team's done. So if you think they're done and your gut reaction after all this is this basketball team is finished and they won't get past the second round, then I'll tell you, okay, fine. Then there's no reason for you to watch. And there's going to be other people that watch this basketball team and have concerns, right? But also have hope, right? Have hope and say we're really right there. So to win games, I'll leave the gut reaction to this. And if you have anything else, then we're going to move on. But like to win games in the postseason comes down to a roll. Comes down to something going right. For you to be able to win it all, like sometimes you got to have some things go right for you. All right. And I know Glenn's getting killed, and fine, kill away at him. I don't care. My time that I crush will be if there's another second round exit. So I'll be right there with everybody in this chat, yelling and screaming about changes, right? In certain aspects of this basketball team, if it's another second round exit. So until we get there, right, it's just you guys really overreacting to it all. We dominated in the regular season before. What has that gotten us? So we lost 2 games to the best team in basketball that we're in a dogfight in their building and to the defending champs that we lost by a bucket. So tell me how far away we are. If you want to jump off the wagon, then here you go. We'll push you off. I'll push you off because I want the same goddamn energy when this team's playing in an Eastern Conference Finals because that's what's going to happen. I'm just riddling you all that now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just finish off with these 2 things before we get to winners and losers. When you talk about the season, right, the regular season, how everybody's waiting in the weeds, waiting in the bushes to either pounce on, oh my God, this means we're going to the finals and we're winning it all, we're guaranteeing parades, or on the flip to where everyone should be fired, so-and-so is a choker, and this team is done, and I'm looking for Eagles spring training and Eagles training camp. Can we just remember that, to your point, Tom, last year in the regular season, it was peaches and cream. It was, oh my God, 1 seed means we're finally getting over the hump. Did it? No. It meant nothing. And when it's not just in the bubble of the Sixers, it means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. And the second thing is, everyone's talking about that final possession, the goaltend that wasn't a goaltend, that was a block, and people were talking about right before in that same possession where Harden picks up the dribble. To me, my biggest takeaway is I think the possession that cost us this game was the second to last offensive possession for the Sixers to where, and again, this is where the overreaction doesn't come into play for me because I could take this play and be like, oh, he lost MVP on this play, or oh, he stinks, or oh, he's a choker. Embiid had a very, very easy, makeable elbow jumper, something that he makes all the time. He didn't make it. If he makes that elbow jumper, it's a much different game. That means I believe you're actually up 1, and then obviously Giannis gets fouled, and then he makes 1 of 2. If he makes that, you take the lead, you force a timeout. He didn't. So for everyone saying, oh, so-and-so choked, no. Your big man had an off first quarter, and he missed some shots late. Okay. Everyone jump off a friggin' bridge if that's a overreaction. Like, it came down to a friggin' possession, and something that our big man makes 85 to 90% of the time, he missed. You lost by 2 points.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, regular season basketball is what it is. It matters to a point and then doesn't matter. If you're just joining us, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the follow, make sure you stay with us for a while. We're also everywhere you get your podcasts as well. So go give 5-star reviews. All right, go stay with us. Stick around. All right, stick around because I want the same energy when this team does go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And people out there in the chat are yelling at me, no way. No way that happens. No way. Oh, okay. Okay, and you same people were talking about Eastern Conference Finals last year, the year before, right? Because I remember it. I was here talking that we had a chance to too, right? We all got our wish and got rid of a loser, and we still just can't ride it out. Just ride it out before you fire somebody. That's all I'm saying. Ride it out. If Doc does what Kyle said in the chat, and then we're going to move on to winners and losers. If Doc has Embiid and Harden off the court in a playoff game at the same time up 10, right, then I'm going to have some things to say. I'll have some things to say. But in a regular season game, no, I won't. I just won't. The game matters, right? We didn't get enough stops in the fourth quarter. You blame that on coaching, fine. Fine, I'm not going to blame that on coaching. We've been blowing leads here forever. I think every team does, right? But you have to get stops in the crunch time of games, and this basketball team did not today. So, that's what it comes down to. And yes, habits, Pete, I know habits matter in the regular season. I get all that, guys. I get it all right? But our habits also have been good, too. We've won a lot of basketball games as well. I just want people to remember that. This team has won a lot of basketball games. They have closed teams out. They have done some of the things that worry everybody, okay? They have. They have, but we just sit on the things, the games that are most recent or, this game's another game 7 for us, and we're really going to find out who we are. Okay.
You would think we were the 10th seed. You would think we were the 10th seed fighting to get in the playing game with how certain people live and die off of these regular season games. I'm not saying it means nothing, but good God.
Yeah, it absolutely means something, and habits mean something, and all those things.
Yes, of course. Nobody's happy tonight. We're pissed. But there's levels to it, ladies and gentlemen.
There is. You go lose Detroit and you start going really going downhill. Now, the one positive they had, right, and then we'll get into winners and losers. The one positive they have is they have an easier schedule here, right? The rattle off some wins and start to feel better going in playing together.
Yeah, the hardest. I looked this up for all the stat geeks out there. The hardest game winning percentage wise we face is on the road in Toronto. And it's I believe we only have a 27% chance of winning. All the other ones, we're actually favored, winning percent-wise. Thank you, Joshua, by the way.
Yeah, Joshua, we love you too, but you can't say there's no way. We're not getting out. Okay, all right. I'm not going to say there's no way. I'm just not going to do that with the talent that we have. I'm just not going to do it. Jimmy, you can be out. Everybody can be out.
Yeah,
and they've come up big.
Training camp, Jimmy.
They've been up. They have came up big this season, though, Jimmy. We can't act like they haven't. You all told me Harden can't play good against good teams, and tonight he did. Right? Everybody tells me this stuff, and then tonight he did. And I'm on the fence with him. Ryan knows that. I'm on the fence with Harden. I'm not running around Team Harden, but him and Embiid fit. So let's just see. We've been playing together for 3 weeks. All right, it's not an excuse, but let's see. This is why I wanted Harden to play as quick as he did, because I wanted as many games under our belt together as possible. We're right in the game with the defending champs, right? I just want a chance. I just want an opportunity. This tells me I'm further along than I actually think I am. And if you don't remember, we beat them in their house before the All-Star game.
Without
All right, so come on, people. Okay, Barry, I'm delusional. Fine, if the Sixers are going to go to the finals. Winners for tonight is brought to you by Gleason's Bar, located 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Make sure you use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com is where you can find them. And make sure you use promo code A2D for 10% off. They got great cheesesteaks, great Trentons. They got everything. So go soak them in. Winner for tonight. Are we doing this to Sixers? Winners for the Sixers or winners?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
If we keep it Sixers, if we keep it Sixers wise, I might have to say Harden tonight. I might have to go with Harden as probably my Sixers winner.
Yeah, he carried us. He carried us for 3 quarters. Your big man had 2 points in the first quarter. against the defending champions. If you wrote that up and said your big man will be he wasn't necessarily in foul trouble, but he was poor defensively and he had 2 points, you wouldn't even think we had a chance in this game. He came out aggressive. He was facilitating late. Yeah, I mean, he did something that I saw a million times in your chat on Sunday, Tom. People say, "Oh, he doesn't have that ability anymore." So many times I had it written down. Oh, Harden does not have the ability to put up more than 28 points. I saw like 7 times in your chat.
All right, guys, and he bricked the game winner, and we got the board. Like, I don't know, guys.
He missed a wide open jumper. I get it. He's awesome. I'm not blaming Embiid, but good God, I love how this city is selective.
Guys, like there's to say they're not Eastern Conference Final teams. I think is ridiculous. If you don't think that them and Milwaukee is a 7-game series, you're an idiot. If you don't think them and let's say Celtics, just hypothetically, isn't a 6 or 7 game series, you're delusional, right? If you think that these series, right, Nets aren't 7 gamers for all of these teams, you're delusional and you haven't watched all these teams all year. That's all I'm going to tell people. I'm not telling you the Sixers don't have flaws, but my winner tonight would be, if I had to go Sixers, would be Harden, because he dropped 32. I thought he couldn't play against good teams or great teams, and he did tonight.
I'll go real quick. I'm like half being tongue in cheek because it sounds silly for me to say this, but I'm going to go Danny Green because he gave you something we've been desperate for. And that's bench production. That's something that, he was 3 for 5 from the field, and that was 3 for 5 from 3. Gave you 9 points. That's 9 points more than he's given you in most games. And we know, especially, he got hot when they were going on that big lead. Obviously what happens in the fourth quarter for this team as a whole. But if that's any indication of Danny Green hopefully having some pulse off the bench, it's going to make it a lot easier. So it sounds stupid to say Danny Green's the winner, but I mean, listen, he gave you 9 points than we would expect at this point.
Yeah.
And he's a big reason why you eclipse that 20-point mark, which is so crucial for this bench. And also, he made up for Niang not knowing how to shoot the basketball in the first 3 quarters.
Yep, for sure. Mr. Rudy Poo, super chat. We appreciate you, Tom. We got to get rid of the old geezer, Glenn, and take Ala too. Don't listen to this guy slobbering over opposing players. Loser is going to be brought to you by, let me see what we got here. Let me see what we got in the little cookie jar. Iriah Public Adjusting. Do you have damage to your home or property? They may be able to help. Don't fight your homeowner's insurance alone. Contact our friends at Iriah Public Adjusting, 813-564-3364, and everywhere on social media as well. Go check them out, family. If you have any damage to your home or property and you need some help of some homeowners insurance, don't fight it alone. Do not. My loser tonight is Tyrese Maxey. All right. And Tyrese Maxey is my son. And anybody that knows this, anybody that's watched A2D knows I pretty much crowned him when we picked him. Okay. Crowned him when we picked him. And I'm not saying I'm the only person. I'm just saying I did. So for me to say it, I'm just being real with you. And he's going to have these types of games because he's young, because it's expected. Right. But when you 3 for 11 is probably why 3 for 11 is different than me sitting home with an L right now. Okay, it's as simple as that. So Tyrese, I need more. I don't expect that consistency from you all the time because you are young. But if we can crown you and call you a big 3 when you score 26, then I can also take you to the woodshed for a couple minutes and just talk to you and say, hey, tonight isn't good enough for me. And he knows that. He knows that. So this isn't the guns out. All right. He knows that. So
I bet you he puts up 27 against Detroit on Thursday. So it's not
worried about
it. No. So Tom, we're not going to call him a choker. We're not going to run him out of town because
this is the thing. Like, I agree with you. Maxey will be fine. Just bad night. I believe in that kid. So do I. Yeah. Right. So do I. But he had 11 shots tonight. So I don't want to hear he needs more touches. Like, he had 11 opportunities. He was 3 for 11, 1 for 4 from 3. I just need more. That's all. It's not a shot. I just need more. If I want to get to where I want to get to, I need more.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the opener, Tom. You get that to double digits, you win the game. You turn that 7 into 10, which is minuscule. That's the game.
We talked about it. We need those 4 guys to be in double figures nightly. Those 4 guys have to be.
Listen, we talked about projections in the very beginning. We talked about it. One of Embiid and Harden needs to get in the 30s. You got that. You need the other guy to be high 20s. You got that. You need Harris to be in the 20s. You got that. You need Maxey to have double digits. You didn't. You lost.
Guys, I'm not saying their biggest I'm not saying he's not the least of our problems, L-Rob. L-Rob, it's a loser for tonight. He was 3 for 11. I don't expect it nightly, but he's also young, and it's going to happen sometimes.
No, you're crushing him. No, Tom.
Oh my God,
no, you're crushing him, Tom.
These guys are idiots. I mean, I feel like people are out of.
It's a separate frequency, Tom. It's like what we're saying. People are hearing different stuff. It's amazing. Didn't we just say like we love the kid? But no, he's our biggest problem. To me, like it's Maxey. He's really the only one. I was going to be Niang until we had the late couple threes to keep you winning and kind of spark that little run at the end. I'm going to cheat here. I'm just going to go Sixers fans, okay? Because, listen, Tom and I, we're not going to tell you how to be fans. Everybody's different. That's why we have fun with this, okay? Because everybody's a little bit different.
I like not chill when I was just saying he needs it. I need more.
You were very chill. You were very. I think you prefaced it by saying you loved him and he's your son.
Yeah. I don't know what else I have to say.
I think you said the word love about 9 times actually. but no. I guess we're crushing him. It's going to be Sixers fans for me. And again, like I said, we're not going to tell you guys how to be fans. If you want to overreact, great. If you want to just go game by game and just take some good and positives, all that, and some negatives, great. If you want to be out on this team, because I think you've reached the point of the season where, except for like an injury or something crazy, like nothing's really going to change your opinion of the team. If you think they have what it takes to get to the Eastern Finals, I think that's going to remain consistent. If you think that they're bums and you're ready for Eagles training camp and let's go Phillies, then I don't think anything's going to change that. Because if Embiid and Harden go off, then the chat's going to say, oh, it's one game, it doesn't mean anything. And then if Harden struggles, but they win, then it's, oh, big game James, he can't play. Listen, I know how I am as a fan. And again, this isn't coming from somebody myself who thinks that they're going to go to the finals. I never really got to that point. I think that they're an Eastern Conference Finals type team. I think the team you lost tonight, the one team that I've been saying you're probably going to lose a 7-game series to. All the other ones, probably coin flips. If not, we win. So they're the defending champions. I'm not somebody who believes we're going to the finals, but these people in these chats and people at home that live and die off of the first quarter. Oh, Embiid had a bad first quarter, so he lost the MVP trophy. And Harden had 32 and he carried the team for 3 quarters, but then they went a little stale at the end because he went from being a scorer to a facilitator, but all of a sudden he's a choker. And listen, if you guys want to live by that, that's great. I don't know how you guys don't drive yourselves crazy because I couldn't do that.
Yeah, and I am on the record saying I believe this is an Eastern Conference Finals team and an NBA Finals contender. And I don't think I'm crazy for thinking that this is an Eastern Conference Finals type team, and this is a team that could come out of the East. Just like I would say for 4 or 5 teams, you can make that argument for an Eastern Conference. So I don't know why it's crazy or it's delusional. It's just the way it is.
I'll just finish with this, Tom, because this is the biggest reason why I have Sixers fans as the loser. Throughout this game, Jimmy, the fans. Because, I mean, who else? I mean, we can't be Maxey, so who else is it going to be, Jimmy? Honestly. Throughout this game, throughout past games, everyone wants to talk about, oh, you lost the trade. You lost the trade. The same people who almost gave it an oath that they were going to stop talking about the past, stop talking about 25. Newsflash, everybody. That team is the 9th/10th seed, wherever the hell they are. And the guy who you traded away isn't playing. That same guy, his coach was asked today if he knows if he's had an MRI in the recent weeks. Steve Nash, former player, former MVP. You know what he said? I don't know. So now the coach doesn't know what's going on. It was a trade that needed to happen. At no point did any of us think, oh, you make the trade, guaranteed finals. Make the trade, guaranteed legacy dynasty. It's get the idiot out and get some kind of return that's better than Halliburton and scraps. You weren't winning pre-trade. If you want to say they're not winning post-trade, fine. But that's not an indictment of you moving on from a guy who was never playing this season. So yes, Sixers fans need to calm down, regardless if they think they're losing in the first round or they're going to the finals. Enough.
Yeah, like I said, everybody can have an opinion, agree, disagree. I don't have to like anybody's opinions out there. I get it. We traded people. Who cares? I don't know why we're still living on that. I don't know why it's even a conversation anymore. I mean, this is onward and upward. Okay. And I will have my full opinion when it's over. Right. Once it's over, I'll have an opinion on what I think this basketball team has and what they need moving forward. But there's nothing I can do about that now. So I got to say, hey, we lost a tough game to the best team or the defending champs. And now, hey, where do we go from here? Right? Where do we go from here? Because now the only thing that's going to matter is what happens in the postseason. The regular season is just a measuring sticks and, hey, get through it. Right? And when the postseason comes, that's what these guys are getting paid big money for. So we're going to find out, how good Joel is in the postseason. Is he really the MVP? Because MVPs are going to go off. Right, MVPs are going to have monster games on big nights. Okay, James Harden, same thing. Right, I need big nights out of him. Come the playoffs. So my thing is, everybody calm down, relax. All right, I get it. We live in the moment. And right now is a tough loss. It would be better off, obviously, winning this game. We'd have a better feel. We'd probably be talking. Everybody would say, "Oh, this team can win it all if we won." Right. So we're a basket or two away from everybody out there saying we can win it all. Like, again, if we lost by 10 or we got embarrassed tonight, I'm right with every one of you guys. But this isn't an embarrassing one to me. This is one, damn, man, freaking should have had that one. Should have had that one. Damn it. All right? Can't have those in the playoffs. So, hey, we can learn from it. And playoff time, that's money time. Mr. Rudy Poo, last comment before we get out of here. He said, I need Maxey to be a dog. He has too much talent. He's much more talented than Quickly and Highland, but he's missing that goon mentality. Toby coming together. Yeah. Listen, he doesn't miss it often. Most of the time he's driving and getting to the bucket and doing his thing. Tonight just didn't fall for him. I don't expect that nightly. And listen, we move on from it, What a flip a switch, Jimmy J. How's it a flip a switch? How's it a flip a switch? Like, I don't understand. There's no excuses. Habib, there's no excuses. They lost a basketball game. I'm not happy, but I'm not going to just quit on it and say they're done. It's over. There's no chance of us winning. No, I'm excited for playoff basketball. I'm excited to get over a goddamn fucking hump. If you guys ain't excited to get over the hump, then stop watching them then. Stop watching.
We were asked a second ago, how is it the fans? Do you know what this team has done to us? They're a top 4 seed. When you haven't had your friggin' two of your, honestly, your main guy along with Embiid, are we the 10th seed now? Were we not the number 1 seed last year? Oh my God, we're so deprived. Listen, I know we haven't won any titles, but can we stop acting like we're the friggin' Pistons? Can we stop? Can we stop acting like we're the Magic?
No,
one team wins the title every year, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, if we want to be out on it, we're out on it. People are out on the team. Great. Awesome. And I'm not even going to do this. Keep your same energy because I don't know what this team's going to be at the end of the season. I have no
I will, because we got to get out of here, and I'm going to tell people to keep their same goddamn energy. And listen, Robert, yes, I get it. Jumping off the ship. Yeah, people are, though. Right? You don't read every comment. I'm not saying you. I didn't tell you can't be concerned. I didn't tell you that I didn't have concerns. I'm just not going to sit here and talk about firing people or this guy can't play or A, B, C, and D. So I am going to tell y'all, keep the same energy when there needs a conference finals. That's what I want from people. Keep the same goddamn energy, and we'll be here. We'll be here talking, and we'll be here breaking it down. And if they don't get there, I'll come on and I'll eat the crow that they're not good enough and they need some changes. Simple as that. Simple as that. But I'm not going to do revisionist history on trades and do all the corny shit that y'all do out there over a loss in the regular season, right? Talk to me when the playoffs are going on and when they are done. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So this was our little Sixers Bucks post game. We'll be back with you Thursday night, obviously after the Pistons game for another post game. Obviously, that's not going to have us cutting down the nets, but maybe, hey, we go out and play good basketball and people can calm down a little bit.
Only a bad team, Tom. It doesn't count. It's a bad team.
No, it's a bad team. It doesn't count. And then HUD Wednesday nights will be tomorrow night, so obviously we'll be going longer. We're trying to keep these less than 30 minutes tonight for our first one. Not too bad. Not too bad. Our last segment was brought to you by BetUS, and BetUS is a leading online sports book. They've been in the market for over 25 years. You can bet anywhere in the U.S. on everything. Use the link pinned right in our comment section over on YouTube or in our description on Facebook for 125% sign-up bonus. That's Ryan Brotto. I'm Tom Arno, and we appreciate you all tuning in for the A2D Radio post-game show. And make sure if you haven't, you hit the damn like, you hit the subscribe, you stay here a while. And if you're over on other social platforms, make sure you're following us everywhere because we're everywhere. And tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. And this show was brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. FanUp right in the Apple Store. Go download it and use promo code A2D. That's Ryan Brotto. I'm Tom Arnone. The family, we love you. We thank you for all the comments, even if we disagree. This is Agree to Disagree Radio. So welcome